how's everybody doing today? It's a bit of a chilly day, chilly morning. It's about 10 degrees. Fall is in the air. And I thought I'd go out for a ride and tell you about a couple issues that I've discovered with the Drift Ghost 4K, my new camera. Don't get me wrong, I love the camera. However, a couple things. First thing is the field of view. The maximum field of view is 140, and that's what I have it set at. However, when I have stabilization on, it reduces the field of view by a lot. It's like it drops it down to the next setting. I think the next setting is something like 127. Anyway, bottom line, without the stabilization on, you'll see the side of my visor in the left hand of the screen clearly. Like, you'll see a good portion of it. And you'll have a proper 140-degree field of view. But with stabilization on, like I have right now, at otherwise the same settings, the camera still reads on its screen that the field of view is 140. However, as you can see in the video here, you cannot see my visor. As soon as I switch the stabilization on, it changes the field of view. Shouldn't be doing that, obviously, but it is. So I wrote to Drift about it. At first I sent them an email to their support@driftinnovation.com email address, which is right in my user manual, and it gets returned. No such address. I know I spelt it correctly and everything. So I went to their website, into their support section, and there's a comment form, or a contact form. So I copied and pasted my email into that. And they sent me an auto response back right away. Gave me a ticket number. That was a couple days ago. Haven't heard from them yet, but hopefully early next week I'll hear. Because I'd sure like to find out what the heck is going on there. The other issue that I have, and it's kind of intermittent, it's with the remote. Now this remote is not a patch on the remote that they used to have with the Drift Ghost HD. That remote was fantastic. This one, when I pair it to the camera, most of the time I've tried it, as soon as you turn the camera on, the remote should be paired, and it is. However, you can't just hit the capture button to start recording. You have to hit the mode button and cycle through like 5 modes to get back to the same screen you started at, which is the green screen, the standby mode. And then you can hit the capture button and actually start a recording. And I thought, well, there's no logic whatsoever in that, right? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? So I figured that must be an issue. So I included that in my report to them. This morning, though, when I powered the camera on to go out for this ride, I hit the capture button, just, you know, because you always want to test this, don't you? And lo and behold, it starts to record. It goes into the record mode. Thought, cool. I mean, that's what it should be doing. But it should be doing it reliably, right? The other thing I find with this remote, and now that I've had this these problems, I'm wondering whether that too is an issue, is the old remote. One of the biggest selling points to me was the fact that you could have your recording going, and then you hit the capture button on the remote, and it instantly takes a 12 megapixel JPEG, which is a super handy feature, right? I mean, you're riding down some trail or whatever, you don't want to stop, maybe the terrain is such that it would be awkward, or you just don't feel like it. You just tap that button and you got yourself a picture. Awesome feature. However, on this remote, you cannot do that. You can tap that capture button all you want when it's recording and there's no photo taken. To take a photo, you've got to hit the mode button once to stop the recording, then you hit it again to switch modes to photo mode, then you got to hit the capture button to take the recording or to take the photo, then to get back into record mode you've got to hit the mode button about 4 more times to cycle through all the modes to get back to the standby screen, and then you can hit the capture button again to start recording. So instead of hitting one button once to take a photo, you have to hit 2 buttons, and you've got to hit buttons about, I don't know, about 8 times in all, just to take that one picture and get back to recording. Whereas before, like I say, just hit the one button and you've got yourself a photo without interrupting the recording. That was awesome. It was such a good feature that it almost was a decider for buying that camera, because that is so convenient. And I figured that this camera would do the same, and I was pretty sad to find out it didn't. But now I'm wondering, because of a couple of issues, is it supposed to, but it just doesn't. The trouble, you really can't look it up on their site, and even the complete user manual is, well, I'd have to say it's poorly written, because it doesn't give you enough information. We'll see how all this pans out, see what Drift have to say, and what I learn over the course of time. One of the good things about this field of view is you can't see my speedo. I've had more than a few comments from people about the speed that's showing in my speedo as opposed to the posted speed on the road. Sometimes I like to just go real relaxed and slow, and other times it's fun to kick it up a notch or 3. Depends on the mood and who's in front of you, apparently. Come on, 40 kilometers per hour? Really? Oh, it's going 50 now. Don't get too wild. This road has so many bends that are so good on a bike, but there's often gravel in the bends. You can almost count on some of them having gravel. Love these fall colors. We don't get as much of it out here in the west as they do in the east, but when you do get it, it really pops amid the conifers. These heated grips sure get toasty. I got them on at 50% and they're pretty warm. They're the Oxford heated grips. One good thing about the narrow field of view is that what you see is a little more like what I see. It's not shrunken down, you know, and spread out. I don't know what my future is on the off-road stuff anymore. I just haven't been doing much. There's a reason for that, and I guess some of that is my knees, not so hot anymore for standing on the pegs and acting as shock absorbers on rough roads, rough trails. But you know what? It ain't gonna kill me if I don't do much off-road riding anymore. I mean, I really enjoy it, but basically I just enjoy riding a motorcycle. That's what I enjoy. So I can keep on doing that, whether it's on trails or gravel roads or tarmac. There's a pretty view, eh? See the lake there? See now this field of view, I'm guessing that you can actually see that. If I was in 170, I'd be saying, oh, that's a pretty view of the lake, and you'd say, where? Yeah, it's a nice day today. These apples must be ripe. I can smell them. So listen, I think that's all I got today. I'm gonna just keep on riding here and enjoy, and I'll say adios to you folks. Have yourself a great day. Ride safe, have fun. Catch you on another one.